What is going on, guys? Shadow Gamer AX with another video for you guys today. Now, of course, what we are going to be talking about this week is Whisper of the Heart. Now, before we get into this video entirely, I want to address a few things. First one is going to be the poll I put up last week on Twitter and Facebook. You guys can check that out. I'll leave the links in the description down below. Of course, my reason is because Throwback Wednesday Season 2 is mainly coming to an end. And for those of you that have been sticking with me through the thick and thin, I wanted to give you guys some, a little bit of a treat. I want you guys to vote on the finale, on what you guys want to see most. And with that being said, out of the way, thank you so much for 88 subscribers. You are amazingly awesome, and words cannot express my gratitude. So without further delay, let's get into the video. Now, this movie is basically my favorite of all time, of all the Ghibli films that I've mentioned over the past, or watched over the years. This one has to be my favorite. Now, this movie was novel, it was a novel at first, and then it became an anime adaptation. Came out in 1993, if memory serves me correctly. No, release date was 5, but it came out around that time. So the plot narrative. Shizuku is a 14-year-old junior high school student where she is best friends with her friend Yuko Haruda, living in Tokyo with her parents, Atsuko and Saya, as well as her older sister Shiho. Shizuku is a bookworm and keen on waiting during an ordinary evening. She looks through all the checkout cards in her library books. She's discovered all the names have been checked out by Seiji Hanasawa. Over the next few days, Shizuku encounters a young man, later revealed to be Seiji, who often annoys her. Finding a cat riding a train, Shizuku follows it to and discovers a antique shop run by Surichiro Naishi, and the shop is a cat statue, the Baron. Later at the antique shop, Shizuku sings "Take Me Home, Country Road," a song that she has been translating for her school graduation ceremony accompanied by Seiji and his grandfather, basically, as you can tell right there, which is one of my favorite scenes of the whole damn movie. Seiji is revealed to be the grandson of Naishi, and Shizuku and Seiji befriended each other. Seiji is learning how to make violins, to follow his dream as a master luthier. So, days after the two meet, Seiji leaves for Cremona, Italy, for a 2-month study with a master violin maker, but not before professing his admiration for Shizuku's talents, framing her resolve. Shizuku decides to test her own talents, as well as discussing with Yuko. She decides to pursue her writing seriously during the 2 months as mainly a test. She asks the grandfather if she could use the Baron, or she could write a story about the Baron. to which he grants his consent on one condition, that he will will be the first to read her finished story. Shizuku begins to contract a fantasy story featuring herself as the female protagonist, the Baron as the male hero, who is looking for his long lost love, Louise. And if you guys are wondering who Louise is, you'll have to watch the movie to find out the whole story about the Baron. I'm not giving up my secret that easy. And the cat who follows the cat she follows from the train who is among the names known as Moon and Moonta. Do not get confused with The Cat's Return, because that was shit. That was mainly not really a good movie. Well, it was decent, but not as good as Whisper of the Heart. I'll tell you that much right now. As the main stories, that's all I'm gonna say for this one, because it's very, very well put, and I don't want to give out all the spoilers to the movie, especially if you guys have not seen it or you never really heard of it. But I totally recommend this movie if you guys are looking for like a big heartwarming movie that's Ghibli. That's the one to go with or start off with first and foremost. The actors and their characters. Shizuku is voiced by Yuko Hana. In English dub, Brittany Snow. Seiji is voiced by Izuo Takahashi. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And David Gallagher in English dub. Atsuko is voiced by Shinjigu, Mari, and Gene Smart in English dub. What I got out of the film was, my first impression when I seen this wonderful made film was, there were like two scenes that I really enjoyed watching. Was the first one I already mentioned earlier in the video, which was the song, and the second one where the grandfather, Seiji's grandfather, was reading her finished novel, and he explained, knowing that she was convinced that she did terrible, and he said, and I quote, she gave him this rock, and he says, first you must polish this rock. When you first start out, it's only natural that you are like rough and kind of rocky at first, but then as you get more and more into it, and the more you do it and you polish those pearls inside of it, you get a beautiful gem. And that's one of the things I really loved about that. It was just so inspirational. He was basically encouraging her to keep doing it and keep writing. And this movie was so great, and I really appreciated the film and the hidden message that it sent to the viewers, which is us. And not to mention, it was very inspirational and very spiritual in a way. But define what I mean by spiritual. It's just something that you could relate to, and if you have dreams you want to follow and pursue, and just never give up no matter what. I always believe in every anime that I've watched over the years has a hidden message within those texts and within the show itself. Like, there's a hidden message that people want you to understand or want you to find. Like, you want to dig deep within yourself and find that hidden gem. And that's what History of the Whisper of the Heart really did well. And I think that's something to be proud of. And that about wraps it up for me, guys. Everybody's got their country roads, and I'm following mine. Anyway, guys, that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Throwback Wednesday. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night, and wonderful afternoon. Peace out, y'all.
I dreamed of living alone but fearless, secret longing to be courageous.